Hello, I'm Guidano, and I wanted to make this video to showcase and to explain how to do 90% run for Demon's Souls Remake on current patch. This is 1.4, and I thought about it since I expect more people to get PS5 in the future, and maybe more people are gonna be more interested into running this game. I might as well make an explanation video for the run. So I have my input display so you guys can see better what I'm doing. And this is the run as it's probably the best route as for now. We're talking about February 2021. There might be some changes in the future, but I would say this is a really good start point. So the start, you obviously choose a new game and you want to stay offline all the time. So we can talk about the creation of a character already. So actually, when you wanna speedrun this game, it doesn't matter which one of the two body types you choose because there's actually no difference between the two bodies. Hey John, how's it going? So I have a default character and body type A. The name obviously doesn't matter, but you need to start as magician. That's because it's pretty much the best starting class. And I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. I'm doing a video explaining the route. No difference at all. No, we are all the same in the eyes of God, Shorty. So this is the best character we can choose. It has already Water Veil, Flame Toss, enough intelligence to do the first bosses, and that's the choice. As well, we're gonna choose the Fire Bombs because we're gonna use them for the first boss, Phalanx. The important thing is that in Foundation, the style of animation must be B. The reason for that is that the role animation actually changes the way you perform the role, and so there are some skips that are easier to do with a style B animation, and also at the end of the run you're gonna go through some branches, and you wanna get the B one because it's easier to go through those branches. So I actually have my already made character with already style B in it. So it's just to do faster menuing. So now we're ready to start. You can choose, like, as soon as you finish this, the game is gonna ask you to do the journey to the Nexus. You're obviously don't want to do the journey to the Nexus, and here is where I start the timer. The game is timed in-game time, so you can start the timer when you create the character or here. I prefer to do it here, so I'm sure I'm not pressing yes. So here you can start the character and you skip the first cutscene. And the first thing you want to do is smash X, so you close that menu and we directly go here to 1.1. I can skip everything, and this is very straightforward. We just need to run and grab some items. I'm gonna show you how to do this on PS Plus warps, but I'm gonna explain how to do it if you don't want to do PS Plus, because obviously some people might not want to do PS Plus. So you run here, you have these two guys, and here you can do a running attack towards the wall, so it stops the animation, and you need to grab these five fire bombs. You're gonna need it for the boss. Here if you roll, you pass through. Here you can recover some stamina, and this bomb is gonna go over your head, and you're fine to go. Getting through this area can be a little hard at start, but after a while you get the end of it. And this is the first minor skip, I would say. You stay on the left, of the right, I'm sorry, of the boulder, and you roll as soon as it passes through. In the original you were supposed to stay on the left, but now it's on the right. And now we can go, you roll through this. I got hit because I didn't destroy the barrels, but if you roll through that, it's better, obviously. So now we just continue. I healed. I'm probably not gonna be super fast because I want to try to explain as much as I can. And here we just go through. Make sure to not get hit by any arrow that can come from behind if you already have gotten some hits. And we can use this time to put, let me slow down. I put on the left hand the catalyst, and in the menu, in the item menu, I put the NEXUS binding. So the reason why we do the catalyst on the left, it's because actually it is faster to cast magic with the left hand. And plus, with the NEXUS binding, it's there mostly because we are gonna use it to work back sometime. Now we're gonna do the bridge. The best part here is to make them follow you in groups of 3, I would say, and then you go through. We do the lever, and at this point, this is the one of the few skips that are different depending on PS Plus or not PS Plus. If you're not doing PS Plus, you're gonna grab this and get killed by those enemies. Otherwise, you grab the item and you warp back. When you warp back, as soon as these as the fog goes off, you press square and you go back into the first level. So I'm not gonna have any music during this boss fight, so if I have to say something, it's probably gonna be easier to understand. This is the first boss fight. It's a pretty memeish one because it's completely random how many times you're gonna get hit by it. So you wanna prepare your catalyst on the left and the fire bombs. So I run until the camera goes down by itself, and then I shoot as many small phalanxes as I can. If that one tries to attack me as it did, I'm just gonna roll. So as you can see, some mini slimes are really big hitbox, and it's gonna be a struggle sometimes because they get in the way. So you just clear as much as you can with the fire bombs, and then you're pretty much done. That was the first boss fight. Just make sure to use all the fire bombs because in that way you don't need to manual later. Once you kill the phalanx, you just teleport back to the Nexus. At the Nexus, there's gonna be another cutscene. We just skip it. Here, the first thing you do is talk to the blacksmith, and you buy 1 dagger and 5 spices. And then we are gonna go talk to the monumental. It's pretty straightforward. Sadly, you have to talk to the monumental. It's just a big waste of time, but it's the only way to unlock the archstones for the next levels. Here, after you talk with the monumentals, you just quit out. Now we go on continue, stay offline, and then the reason why we did that is because we were supposed to be up there, but since you quit out in the Nexus, you reappear at the last archstone you visit. So since we need to go to LATRIA, we're gonna quit out, respawn on 1.1, and then we can go just straight to LATRIA. And here there's gonna be the first skip. It's called Coffin Skip, and I'm gonna show it to you and then explain what happens. And it's actually a type of skip that we're gonna use a lot during the run. You need to quit out here. So the reason why we quit out is that objects do not load, models do not load immediately when quit outing as soon as you enter the game. So for that reason, you can just step on this coffin, inside the coffin, and that's gonna actually put on top of it when the coffin model actually loads in the game. So I'm gonna show you how to put yourself in a way that walking straight, we are gonna actually skip most of LATRIA. So you wanna be 45 degrees here in the fence, the part that looks like there's like a higher part in the fence, and you roll, you just drop down, sorry, you don't roll, and you'd end up here. From here, you can just drop down, and like this, we just skipped most of it. Here, you take this item here, it's H spices, we're gonna use it later. And now we're gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to explain this, it's a quick pickup for this item. Here, there's the Iron Maiden that shoots arrows at you. We wanna pick up one of the items that is in the middle of the bridge, which is the red ring. It's a very important item for the speedrun, so what you want to do is, with full stamina, you roll the first one, you roll the second one, you pick up the item as soon as you get it by the other arrows. You can also do it slower, take your time. This is kind of hard to master, I would say, but it's a pretty good strat. Then you take the door to the right, and we're gonna go towards the next boss fight. So, very important part of this, it's notice how much health do I have. It's less than middle, less than half of my health right now. So that's really important, because we are gonna need to have less than 30% health for the red ring to do its job. So what I do here is, when I open this door, I'm actually gonna equip the dagger that we just bought and the clever red ring. So as you can see, clever red ring attack power rises when HP is lower than 30%. It's very important because most bosses we're gonna fight it like that. Here we're gonna kill this guy, take these special keys, and we quit out. The reason why we quit out is that that part of the area, it's considered the boss fight room. So whenever you quit out, you actually get sent outside of it. Here, you could actually just get rid of the short sword because we don't use it anymore. I just have it on the right line. It's just a matter of getting used to it. Here we are gonna drop here. There's gonna be a red phantom down there. What you wanna do, if you have less than half health, it's just roll outside, like roll down, and when she shoots you, you roll again, and then you're fine. Here we're gonna do the first boss fight. Here we're gonna run towards the full idol with the pine resin that we got for the first level. We're gonna use it and do 25 swings. You really need to pay attention to the stamina. Look at the stamina. And now we do 2 fireballs, fire toss. As you saw, this guy actually came for me. It's really rare for it to happen, but if you time it right, you can actually kill it. So what happened there is that you cannot spam the attack button like this. It doesn't work. I'm gonna show you what I do. It's pretty much just wing, wait for the green bar to reach the end of the yellow part, and then swing again. That's the only way you can actually get 25 swings on and do enough damage to the full title to actually kill it. So after that, during the we can use delete demon souls. The best way to use it is while the full cycle is dying. So you don't actually need to waste time, and we work back to the Nexus. At the Nexus, we are gonna go and talk to the Maiden. Maiden is gonna ask us if we want to level up, and yes, we do. You take all your levels and you put them into magic. So now, a pretty hard skip at first, but once you learn it, it's a nice glitch. It's the barrel skip, I will say. It makes us save Sage Freak early. So what you do is to get to this area and quit out. For the same reason as the coughing skip. We are gonna walk with our left shoulder needs to be on the bars. That was a quick load, so maybe you guys didn't see it well, but you need to run toward the ward with your left shoulder in contact with the bars. So we load back, and we're gonna be here. You walk in this pod, cast Water Veil, it's for the timing, and whenever you hear the barrel getting smashed, you quit out. What happened is that we got inside the wall, and the wall spawned, so we got pushed on top of everything. I have a pretty high luminosity in my screen, so you guys can see everything better. If you have the normal displays, I have bright filter at 100%. If you have normal filter on, it's gonna look much more darker than this. So what you want to do here is walk a straight line, because this is actually not fully modeled and you can fall left and right, and you need to walk really straight. Here you can do two things. I'm gonna show you the easiest one is just to drop here, because you don't need any door, any key to open this door. Here you can take these H spies, and we're gonna free Sage Freak with the keys that we just got. You talk to Sage, and then you use the Nexus binding to go back. The reason why we free Sage Freak, it's because it's gonna teach us some magic, and we need 2 magics from him. So we go straight from him, and we take the Stole Ray that we just got by killing the False Idol, because it's made with Earth Soul. So we got rid of Flame Toss, and we do Soul Ray. So here you can just PS Plus warps to upper Latria, or just walk towards the Archstone. In this area, there's gonna be the meatball skip. It's in 1.4. It's pretty annoying to do, but once you get the hold of it, it's fine. There's gonna be some spices here that we're gonna take, and then we just run. Prepare your Soul Ray. That's gonna be the only thing that we're gonna use against Man-Eaters. That is the next boss fight. So what we're gonna do here, it's a skip. That lets us go over this meat part. Like this is the giant heart that is supposed to drop, and we cannot go through that. So what we do here is to quit out. Now we need to go to the settings and put the display visual mode to cinematic. That's because on 30 FPS, the game takes more to load some models. So what we do here is walk towards this. Sometimes you get pushed down. It's better just to not walk, but maybe run to it. And once you're up here, I'm gonna stop here, but you want to roll straight towards the other pillar. You roll 2 times. You can stop here or just roll through it, but if sometimes you get pushed back, you can just start running and then go in on top of it. There we go. Rolling also helps. So here you can put the display back to performance, and now there's gonna be an enemy here that we need to use to set us up as a RTSR. So you run, so you get a counter hit, and then you just go on your way. If you don't run, I don't think you get, like if you don't get a counter hit from the Mind Flayer, I don't think you get into RTSR, so you need to sprint while you're getting hit. This way you do way more damage to the next boss. When you start running this game, maybe this is a very annoying boss fight, so it's probably better not to use the RTSR setup. But I'm gonna show it how it's done. So here you want to pre-aim pretty much your magic to the man-eater. What you want to do is walk a little bit farther away from them and make them follow you. And when they charge at you like that, you wanna roll towards them. So when they do the magic attack, ignore them because that cannot hit you. Unless you're in a different high level than them. And when the first one dies, you want to run here, take these words, and run away. I take this item here, use another one of these, of the spices, and you do the same thing with the other man-eater. Sometimes, sadly, they can decide to do that. Obviously, you don't want them to fly away from the area, but sometimes, sadly, they just decide to do that. This is very unlucky, but it's fine, so you guys can see how bad designed this boss fight is. Okay, now it's back on his feet. And we're gonna go back to our strat. Sometimes if you cannot see what he's doing, just bait some attacks until he charges at you. I think it's the best thing to do. It's the safest one for sure. And that's man-eater. So after you kill man-eater, you can decide to do 2 things. I'm gonna show what's the safest one to do. So we want to reload the area because since we killed 2 bosses, this area is now gonna have a pure white tendency. And after you do that, you wanna kill yourself. So I just drop here and take off my armor. Now that we killed ourselves, we're gonna be in soul form and we are gonna do more damage since we are in pure white tendency. you need to remember to retrieve your souls. You need to remember that. Also, you need to put the Moonshore Sword that we just got in your inventory. Now, the only thing that we need to do is to set up for Red Ring, because we are gonna need it for the next boss as well. So here it's gonna, a cutscene is gonna show up, and here you want to run towards these ones, and you need to run so you get a counter attack on the tail attack. So now we can kill these guys in 2 hits. What you want to do here is 2 hands and do 2 hits. Same goes for these ones. And now there's gonna be a Mind Flayer. It can do 2 attacks. Hopefully it does the right one, which is that one. If you stand still, it's just gonna hit the wall, so it's not scary. You do 3 attacks, and then you go with the sword attack. Here, you take another spice, and we are good to go for the next ones. Okay, there's gonna be a Mind Flayer here. You want a 2 hands, and actually, whenever it comes here, you just do a running attack, and it moves away. So for Old Monk, what you want to do is bait him to go next to the chairs and just start shooting Soul Rays at him. If he gets too close, you can just use your sword. But the magic does way more damage to him. He's gonna try to shoot you with Homing Soul Mass. Oh, wow, there's also another one. After you got enough damage, you just use your sword. Then you put back your robes while you wait for the Archstone to appear. You can also use all the souls while you wait for it. So actually pay attention to not use the Golden Demon Souls. You can do this before the Archstone actually spawns. And we're gonna go to the Nexus. At the Nexus, what you want to do is to level up. Here, personal preference, you need to have 25 intelligence, and then you can decide to put a few levels in endurance if you want, or just go full magic. I prefer to go full magic. Now that we got 25 magic and the soul of Old Monk, we're gonna go to Sage Break and take Homing Soul Arrow, tune it, and as soon as you do that, you can cast it and shoot a Soul Ray to Sage Break, and it should die in 1 hit. We do that because we need the Ring of Magical Sharpness, and it's a drop from him. And then we go to Vial of Defilement. This area, it's kind of sketchy to learn, annoying to say the least. So here I'm gonna free a spot in my inventory. I'm gonna take this item here, which is the Noble Lotus. Here there's a minor skip that we're gonna do. This guy with the fire weapon is kind of annoying. You can just roll through him though. Here you drop down here, and here there's a minor skip. There's gonna be this part here with the broken part next to in between the 2 planks. You want to stand pretty much here and walk forward towards the rock that comes out a little bit down there to the right. So we're gonna do that and quit out when we hit the ground. When you hear the sound, you just quit out, and this should put us down here. That's because when you fall down, you hit a slope and you take longer to die, so the game registered that as the last point you touched. So while you put down this plank, or while you go through this fog gate, you can just equip your Ring of Magical Sharpness. Prepare your your catalyst, roll through this guy, roll 2 times to move the blob away, and kill these 2 enemies with some soul arrows, and then you run to the boss fight. For safety, you can take one of these. That's 3 moongrass. Here is gonna be the next boss fight, Leechmonger. It's pretty straightforward. You drop here, you run in this spot, and you cast Oming Soul Arrow and shoot a Soul Ray, and do that 2 times. That time it hit me, but you can actually do it 2 cycles. And then you run here and wait for the Archstone to appear. You reload, so you actually get full health and full mana. And prepare for the Swamp of Sorrow. It's gonna be a small skip here. It's pretty easy to do, and it saves a little bit of time. So there's gonna be, you see these 2 rocks, you wanna drop on the second one. Once you're here, you wanna run in front of you and then switch to the right. And then you roll 2 times and you drop here. So here you drop and you start running. So what you see me doing, it's I'm switching in between sword and shield, 2-handed. So I recover a little bit of stamina while I'm in the swamp. There's gonna be that red NPC. It's kind of scary at first, but since she did that routing, she can do 2 routings. She did a good one when she goes to the right. We're just gonna go for that item there. That is the cat ring, and we need it later to do some other skips. So she's gonna see us. The NPC is gonna see us. Maybe? No? Okay. If she follows you, you can actually do not panic. Do not do anything. Just run. Because she doesn't catch to you. She gets distracted very easily. And you don't need to actually pay attention to her. And from here, it's pretty straightforward. We are gonna run. You see that I got poisoned. I don't really care about it. It's actually good because we are gonna take this item here. It's the Thief Ring that we need for this area. We take the Thief Ring, we heal with the yellow grass, and we put the Thief Ring on. You see me doing this, which is running one-handed attack with the straight sword, because it actually lets you cover some space and also destroys items. So whenever there's 2 spots like these, I just use it to get through the swampy area faster, and because you don't run as fast inside the water. Here we just run. This looks very risky, and it is also very risky, but it's the best way to go with this. With Thief Ring on, we are gonna run towards the big guy and do a running attack here. So we are at the floodgate now. Here, you see I have Artisar, so I'm gonna use a Noble Rotus to stop the poison. At this pool, we'll do a running attack again, so we don't get poisoned. And we run through it. This area is pretty sketchy. You need Thief Ring, otherwise the enemies aggro and kills you if you're doing Artisar strat like I'm doing. This guy, you do a running attack to get rid of him. This guy following me, so I just do this routing instead of the other one. Here, we take off Thief Ring and put the Ring of Magical Sharpness on. I prepare myself with the Catalyst in left hand, Homing Soul Arrow, safety full Moongrass, I guess. And this is gonna be Dirty Colossus. First thing we wanna do is running towards him and destroy the chest piece that he has. So he's probably going to shoot us. We're gonna go next to him, destroy the mid piece, and then do homing soul arrow and one soul arrow and see what it does. We do it 2 times and it should die. It's exactly like Leechmonger, but it's a little bit scarier because he can shoot you. So once you kill him, you just reload the area. So here, what you want to do is actually drop here at this rock. You just walk forward. That's why, that's because you need to get that amount of damage. You don't really need it, but it makes this fight much easier. So this is gonna be made in Australia, and we're not gonna fight his knight. We're actually just gonna fight her. So my advice to prepare your full moon grass while you do this, because we are gonna enter the area and run to the right here.
Leave us, slayer of demons.
So this lizard is gonna stop you a little bit. You just run and push it to the side. Here you roll off, and here you do a running attack, so you get some distance. As soon as you get here to this like little dune, you start spamming homing soul arrows. You need 4 casts to kill her, and as soon as you kill her, you heal.
You are too cruel.
That was made in Australia. Here, after you're done, you go to Nexus. So once you do this, you can just use all the demon souls. You don't need anything apart from leveling up. You can decide what you level up, I guess. I guess 12 endurance is a nice idea to have because we are gonna run quite a bit in the future. And then everything else goes to magic. Some people might like to do 16 endurance, but I don't think it's needed. But the more you put in magic at this point, the better. Once you leveled up, you don't really need it. I guess if you're learning, you can just use the rest of the souls to buy some spices, and you're gonna head to Stone Fang Tunnel, and we are gonna do a spider skip. It's not actually gonna be a full spider skip because in 1.4 it's faster to kill the spider. What you want to do is actually put the teeth ring on. It's a little bit safer to do so, and just run through this area. I'm sorry that the screen is so bright, but we're gonna need it later. Because I need to show you guys what you need to do, and it's in a very dark area. So here there's gonna be dogs. I'm gonna do a running attack to get rid of it. This guy, I prefer to do a soul arrow. And now we're gonna do the spider escape. So the escape is kind of annoying to learn. You wanna stand here and roll straight forward. As you see, I overshot, so I fell down. If that happens, you need to go all the way on top of it. For the purpose of the run, it's fine. For the purpose of showing off the run, it's fine, so you guys see what happens. Okay, from this point, we just want to walk forward and drop here. Here we go forward here. You don't want to go too much to the left there because there's no ground there, but we want to enter this rock here. When you enter this place, you want to quit out. The reason why we quit out is that this rock in front of us is not gonna have any collision. And we can just walk here. When you reach this point, you want to get to this ledge here and look a little bit to the left and quit out. Notice how I keep the left stick up. It's because when we load in, we want to walk forward immediately. So we drop down here in this piece of coal. Here it's very hard to see. You see the carts passing by. So what you want to do, it's walk here. You see there's like a triangle of texture here. That looks really weird. When you reach this spot, it means you're fine, and you just exit the game and load back. Now we are gonna die, because the ground under us, it's not gonna spawn. And what happens is that, look at this magic. We are gonna spawn behind the armored spider, and it's not even aggro. So what happened is that in 1.4 they changed the way spawn works because they had to fix wrong warp. So now the area you spawn back to whenever you die is related to the area you're dying to. So by dropping there, we died in the area after Armored Spider, so the game thought that we already beat it, Armored Spider, so it put us where the Archstone should be. So once you're here, you just do homing, Soray, homing, and Soray again. And that was Spider. You can take the soul, it doesn't really matter, it's not worth a lot. And we are gonna go back to our human form. We wanna have Cat Ring now, and we need to get our TSR again, so we're gonna get hit by this guy once and by this guy another time. So here we just run, and here you just want to walk straight forward. So whenever you see us like you hear the dying sound, you quit out. Now we're gonna spawn at the bottom of the pit. You walk to the left, and we're gonna go towards the flame lurker fight. So you can take this item. You need to get rid of Cat Ring and put back the Ring of Magical Sharpness. Here, if you want, there's a safety stone of Ephemeral Eyes. And we are gonna go fight Homing Soul Reaver. I'm gonna show a kind of safe strat to do this. That involves losing like 3 seconds over the perfect killing, but it's fine. So as you can see, when you first spawn in, he's not even aggroed you. What you want to do is walk towards him until he actually aggroes, and then I'm gonna run to the right until he attacks. And then while he attacks, I'm gonna start casting Homing Soul Arrow. So whenever the arrows actually go, it can take some time. I'm just gonna try to cast another one. Sometimes it just starts hopping, that's really annoying, but it takes 2 casts to kill him, and it's very safe if you just do not lock onto him. So here, you don't really need to, but you can just reload the area to get full health and full mana. And now this is gonna be annoying because Blue Point, it's made by funny people that work there, and they decided to, the only AI change that they made, it's for Dragon God, and they made it only to mess with speedrunners. So this thread that I'm gonna show you doesn't always work. Sadly, I'm gonna see if I see. I'm gonna try to showcase if he does the wrong thing. I'm still gonna show it off so you guys know how to react to that. So what you wanna do when you reach this spot is actually prepare your water veil and exit the game. Now we're gonna go back to 30 FPS. The reason why you do 30 FPS is because the rubble inside the arena doesn't immediately spawn, so we can just run through it. So what happens now is that we load in, we enter the boss fight. It's gonna take quite a few to load, and we need to walk at the start. We walk until we reach the second column, and then you start running. In this pod here, you can take some stamina back, and here you roll. It's very scary, but you can do it. Here you cast Water Veil, and you put the display back to 60 FPS. So now, here if you want, there's another Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. You want to be super safe, and you need to destroy this rubble. The reason why you cast it's this one. It's because it lets you survive this attack. So now what you do is just clearing the rubble. Sadly, I'm not showcasing the best way to do it because I'm getting hit a lot. You can do this without ever getting hit by the flames. That's fine. Here you use this, and we are gonna go towards the dragon. You prepare your Homing Soul Arrow, and you cast it, and then you roll down. Dragon God is dead. We're gonna walk back to the Nexus. Here you can decide yourself what to do. You technically do not need any more levels. This is like ultra safe, I guess. You can level up magic like a stupid amount. Now here, if you're doing PS Plus, you can just work with PS Plus. Otherwise, you just go to the Phalanx Archstone. At the Phalanx Archstone, it's pretty straightforward. We just need to run until we reach the Tower Knight fight. Here, before the end of this tunnel, I'm gonna cast Water Veil and put the shield on. The reason is that there's a big dragon that is gonna shoot fire dust. You can roll through the fire, but let's see if I can showcase that. You need to be ready for it. So here what I like to do is actually do a running attack here and get rid of these guys. So that didn't work because I rolled too fast, but it's fine. You wanna roll like when you're in the middle of the fire, pretty much. Let's see if I can do it this time. Let's go, like that. Gonna heal for safety and go towards the boss fight. Prepare your Homing Soul Arrow, and this is Tower Knight. What I like to do here is go in between his legs and go to the right here, and then cast a Soul Ray as well. And that's a 2-hit. It's a homing Soul Arrow and then a Soul Arrow. And here you reload the area. Prepare yourself for a scary part. You put the Thief Ring on. Prepare your shield. Actually, it's probably better if you put the Ring of Magical Sharpness now. Here I don't like to do this part. We're gonna go towards the Penetrator fight. Here there's gonna be cards with Fireball, but you can just roll and get through it. When you go here, this guy's gonna open the door, you get in and you quit out. I got it, but it's fine. That actually let me showcase something else later on. I'm gonna do it here with the next Fireball. So you roll through, you go down here, you go up the ladder, and there's gonna be another Fireball here. And I'm actually gonna showcase something. If you quit out while you're dying because you got it, you respawn at full health. And you can actually abuse that instead of healing to revive yourself. Mostly useful in the running section. You kill this guy, and I will go forward. These guys are kind of scary because they do a lot of damage. That was to showcase that, obviously. And if you get a hit, here there's another boulder, you can do the same thing actually. Just get killed and reload. Gonna be full health and it's fine. That was totally unintended though. Gonna bait this guy, I guess. I'm getting hit a lot, but supposedly you don't want to get ever hit. So this is the scary area, and it is the reason why I don't like to do this area on RTSR. And there's gonna be those three guys up there that can be very annoying. I just got past them this time, but they can actually be very annoying. And now we're gonna do the fight with Penetrator. So if you're full health like me, it's gonna take 4 homing soul arrow. So I'm just gonna go inside the boss fight with the Ring of Magical Sharpness on. So here, just roll through this attack. And that was the Penetrator. Here, if you want, you can just reload or chug some spices. So here, I'm gonna showcase this area with the setup for RTSR. So you need to have Thief Ring here. What we're gonna do here is just run through this part. Pay attention to this spot because sometimes there's this NPC that shoots an arrow and it can hit you. But if you're full out, you're not gonna die. Here, with your shield up, you can just run to the left of this guy and wait for this guy to jump at you, and you go to the left again. Prepare your catalyst with Water Veil. I do it for timing, also to be safe against fire. So when this guy shoots, we're gonna regain some stamina here and continue. sometimes the dragon decides to do that, and that's why we have water rail as well. So here I'm gonna set up myself for RTSR. That means that I'm gonna run, gain some stamina here, and then go here in the middle. And we need to get a counter attack, so I'm just gonna do that. You need to run, otherwise you don't get a counter attack, and then you spam rolls so you don't get it by the second fire. So if I put the Clever Riding on, as you can see, I trigger it, and it's gonna make the next fight super scary but also easier. This guy just cast and it's gonna get it by the magic. So here's the fight with King Galant on the elevator. We just take the spices. Oh yeah, the setup for RTSR actually works only if you have less than 12 vitality. The setup with the fire dragon. So most longest elevator ever. So we're ready with Ring of Magic Sharpness, Clever Ring. You can free some space in your inventory because we don't need any of these anymore. And prepare for a really annoying fight. This guy has some really weird attacks, insta charges and stuff like that are really annoying. So let's go. Okay, so what you want to do here, let's go straight, cast your homing soul arrow, and when he charges at you, you roll into him, and then you run away, because he's gonna start attacking you. Sometimes that happens, so your magic just goes into oblivion. There's nothing you can do about it. You always want to keep some distance from this guy. That's an unlucky thing to happen. If he does that and you're not close enough, it's better just to run away. He's gonna charge at you anyways. One more and you should be dead. Okay. If you wanna level up, just to show you, I wouldn't do this because I don't think it's worth. As you can see now, we have a lot of magic, like a lot of levels. We can actually level up 62 magic, but I don't think it makes that much sense since you can see the magic power doesn't go up that much. So I guess you could get some endurance and some magic, but overall the damage that you're gonna do to the bosses is gonna be pretty much the same. So I don't think you need that. We're gonna go to the last area, and that's gonna be the Shrine of Storm. Here, we're just gonna ignore all these guys. We're just gonna do that. No one likes them. You can just shield the first hit and run past them. If they block you, you can just quit out, and they're gonna ignore you afterwards. Here you go to the left, and we're gonna do a minor skip. This guy can be annoying, they can block you, but what I do here is wait for him to attack us, and then just run past him. Here, what you want to do is roll. It takes some practice to do this, but it's pretty easy. Then you roll down. I guess it's better to heal here because we need to set up for RTSR, and we're gonna do it in a kind of scary way if you don't have full health, and it's gonna be with this trap. You shield the first arrow and you take the second two, and we're gonna go fight Adjudicator. The way this fight works, it's pretty straightforward. You just go down here, roll, cast your homing soul arrow, cast one soul arrow, and it's dead. Here, you take a press pause while this goes up, the door opens, and here, since I'm doing RTSR strats, I'm not gonna touch this because I want to keep my RTSR setup. What I'm gonna do is put the cat ring on because we're gonna do some skips. So we're gonna go forward. We need to open the door still, so we need to drop here and press this plate. This is scary because this guy can shoot you and kill you, or do that attack, but then you just roll down here and you're pretty much safe. Here you can stop at this point, so the skeleton suicide. And what you want to do is put your teeth ring on. You're gonna roll through, you're gonna just go past these guys. And here you can do two things. Probably the easiest one, it's to put yourself here and drop down and reset. We're gonna spawn down there since we had the cat ring. And then you roll down here. So if you do it correctly, we're gonna drop on top of that pillar. I didn't do it correctly, so we're gonna do it again. You can also just run. That didn't work. You can also just run off. And as you can see, we are in the old hero boss fight room. So please take note that you can soft lock yourself if you drop on top of the pillar on that higher spot. So try to drop in the lower part of it. At this point, you wanna put your clever rat ring and your teeth ring on. And we are gonna do the old hero fight. Can be sketchy. You prepare your roaming soul arrow. We still have 2 H spies, which is nice in case we miss any attacks. And you walk here and you trigger the boss fight. What you wanna do, it's cast. Go next to him so the magic goes to him, and then you run away. This way the aggro of the enemy actually resets because you have teeth ring. So as you can see, sometimes if you're too far, the magic is just not gonna hit him. Here, while the door opens, you regain your mana. Unless you don't want to do the next boss. So in RTSR, then you can touch you can reset the area, the art stone. So here, scary boss fight because there's a lot of small enemies. I'm gonna try to showcase the hardest way to do it, which is gonna imply me putting Ring of Magical Sharpness and Clever Red Ring. You could do this with Teeth Ring immediately, but it's faster to not have Teeth Ring immediately because we are gonna need to kill 6 of these small enemies, and they aggro faster if you don't have the Teeth Ring on. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6. Okay, now you want to run. You want to run this way. And while you do that, you also want to put Thief Ring instead of the Ring of Magical Sharpness. And we're gonna run in between these two rocks. Thanks God I saw that. So when this guy is gonna drop, we're gonna start spamming attacks. Here you can just use the NEXUS binding as soon as the demon defeated writing comes up. So that was the kind of final boss, I guess. We talked to the Maiden in Black, and we are gonna go to the old one. So this is the reason why you want roll style B, because you can just roll through them. Roll style A doesn't roll as fast as this one through those. Like every single branch stops you, and you don't want that.
Chosen by the old one. Will you seek
So,
the everlasting, whatever your choice?
Here
Surely you have seen for yourself.
you just spam Oming Soul Arrow.
But God is merciful, and so created the old one. A poison to the
Oh, actually, mistake. You need Ring of Magical Sharpness. My bad.
You fool! Don't you understand? No one wishes to go on.
So now we're gonna make our choice, which is gonna be killing the maiden. So what you do at the end of the run, it's run towards her, kill her, and use the NEXUS binding. Whenever this is like the fog shows up, you quit your timer, and then once this starts, you close your game. And that's the run. To check your in-game time, now mine is gonna be awful, but I'm gonna showcase how to check your in-game time, which is the time we use on the leaderboard. You go on your menu, you do load game, doesn't matter if you do go online or not, and you go to the bottom one, which is the last one you did, press option, and you do information. So it's gonna showcase that I did it in 1 hour and 4 minutes and 52, which is an awful run, but I had to showcase everything, so it's fine. So this is 1.4 any percent for Demon Souls 2020. What year is that? The remake, okay? And if you have any question, you can hit me up on Discord, on the Speed Souls Discord, or on stream on twitch.tv/Jidana. Thank you so much for watching. And follow me, please. Bye.